Indonesia, July 2018. On July 2018, TikTok is exploding in popularity among the Indonesian youth. Short, punchy videos, lip syncs, dances, comedy skits are spreading like wildfire, but not everyone was laughing. Indonesia's Ministry of Communication and Information Technology accuses the platform of hosting negative content videos containing blasphemy, pornography, and material that violates the nation's moral values. The ban is sudden. Overnight, TikTok disappears from app stores, but behind the scenes, a compromise is reached. TikTok's parent company ByteDance agrees to hire a team of moderators based in Indonesia and removes over 800,000 videos deemed inappropriate. After just 8 days, the ban is lifted. Indonesia's message is clear. Platforms can stay, but only if they play by local rules. It's the first time TikTok experiences a full-scale national block, and it won't be the last. India, June 2020. 2 years later, the stakes are far higher. In June 2020, a deadly border clash between Indian and Chinese troops in the Galwan Valley leaves 20 Indian soldiers dead. Public outrage turns toward Chinese products, including apps. Within days, India's Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology bans 59 Chinese applications, including TikTok, citing threats to national security and data sovereignty. Officials claim these apps collect data from Indian users and send it to servers outside the country, potentially accessible to the Chinese government. For TikTok, the blow is massive. India was its largest market outside China, with over 200 million users, and unlike Indonesia's brief block, this ban is permanent. TikTok's Indian operations shut down, and the market remains closed to this day. This is the first ban motivated by geopolitical tensions, a template that other nations will soon follow. Uzbekistan, July 2021. July 2021. Far from the headlines of New Delhi, another ban unfolds in Central Asia. Uzbekistan adds TikTok to its violators register, a list of platforms that fail to comply with the country's strict data localization laws. These laws require that any personal data collected from Uzbek citizens be stored on servers inside the country. TikTok does not comply. The penalty restricted access through internet service providers. While quieter and less dramatic than India's ban, Uzbekistan's move reflects a growing global debate should a nation's digital data stay within its borders. Afghanistan, April 2022. In April 2022, under the new Taliban regime, Afghanistan bans TikTok entirely. Officials claim the app is corrupting youth and spreading content not in accordance with Islamic laws. At the same time, the Taliban blocks PUBG, the online battle game, citing similar moral concerns. For Afghanistan, this is part of a sweeping transformation of the media landscape, a return to state-controlled and religiously aligned content. Social platforms that allow unfiltered expression are the first to go. Nepal, November 2023. November 13, 2023. Nepal's Ministry of Communication and Information Technology issues a surprise order. TikTok is to be banned immediately. Officials say the app is disrupting social harmony and contributing to rising cases of harassment and online abuse. Within hours, internet providers disabled access, but unlike in India or Afghanistan, this story takes a different turn. After months of talks with TikTok representatives, the government agrees to lift the ban on August 25, 2024, in exchange for faster content removal protocols. Nepal becomes one of the few countries where TikTok's return is negotiated and successful. Kyrgyzstan, August 2023. In the summer of 2023, Kyrgyzstan's Ministry of Culture, Information, Sports, and Youth Policy announces its own TikTok ban. The reason? Protecting children's mental health? Officials accuse the app of being addictive and promoting harmful behavior among young people. By April 2024, access is broadly restricted. This marks a shift from security-based bans to those driven by public health and child welfare concerns. Somalia, August 2023. That same month, on August 20th, Somalia blocks TikTok as part of a sweeping crackdown that also targets Telegram and online gambling sites. The government accuses extremist groups, including Al-Shabaab, of using TikTok to spread propaganda, recruit fighters, and incite violence. The ban is framed not as a cultural or moral issue, but as a direct counterterrorism measure, showing the diverse ways nations interpret the risks of a single app. Senegal, August 2023. Just days later, Senegal suspends TikTok in the midst of political turmoil. Protests erupt after the arrest of opposition leader Ousmane Sonko, and authorities claim the platform is being used to coordinate unrest and spread inflammatory content. Officials call it a temporary suspension. Critics see it as a tool to silence dissent. In either case, Senegal demonstrates how quickly access to a platform can become entangled with the politics of the moment. Albania, March 2025. On March 7, 2025, Albania imposes a 1-year ban on TikTok after a teenager is fatally stabbed, a crime authorities. The claim was influenced by videos promoting violent behavior. Prime Minister Edi Rama's government says the measure is necessary to protect the country's young generation. Civil society groups condemned the decision as excessive, warning that it sets a dangerous precedent for restricting entire platforms over isolated incidents. The case puts a spotlight on the role of social media in shaping and sometimes distorting real-world behavior. United States, 2025. In January 2025, the United States enters the TikTok ban debate in dramatic fashion. A new law, the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act, requires ByteDance to sell TikTok's U.S. operations or face a total ban. On January 19th, Apple and Google removed TikTok and Capcut from their app stores. For nearly a month, new downloads are impossible and existing users can't get updates. Then, on February 13th, the apps return after enforcement deadlines are extended. As of August 2025, the standoff remains unresolved, with a final deadline set for September 17th. Whether TikTok will be sold, shut down, or survive intact is a question still hanging over one of its largest markets. China, ongoing. And finally, the most ironic twist, TikTok has never been available in mainland China. Instead, Chinese users have Douyin, a domestic version of the app that looks and feels similar but is strictly regulated and operates on separate servers. Under China's Great Firewall, foreign platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram are blocked. TikTok is simply absent, by design. For critics abroad, this fact is a rhetorical weapon. Why should other countries allow TikTok when China itself keeps it out? Not every country chose to ban TikTok outright. In many places, governments stopped short of a full shutdown and instead imposing restrictions, often in the name of security or regulation. Pakistan 2021. Between 2020 and 2021, Pakistan repeatedly blocked TikTok for short periods on the basis of hosting immoral and indecent content. Each time, the bans were lifted after TikTok agreed to stricter moderation and to comply with local cultural norms. Pakistan never imposed a permanent ban, but its repeated suspensions signaled ongoing tension between regulators and the platform. United States on government devices. Even before the 2025 legal showdown, the U.S. had already restricted TikTok on all federal government devices. Lawmakers argued the app posed a cybersecurity risk, especially for employees with access to sensitive data. By 2023, more than half of U.S. states had also banned TikTok from official state-owned devices. European Union and Canada on government devices 2023. In early 2023, the European Commission and the European Parliament both ordered TikTok removed from staff devices, citing concerns about data protection. Canada quickly followed, banning the app on all government-issued phones and tablets. For these governments, the issue was not morality or politics, but trust in how user data was being handled. Taiwan public sector restrictions also banned TikTok, Douyin, and Capcut from all public sector devices in December 2022. Officials cited fears of Chinese influence campaigns and labeled the app's potential cybersecurity threats. Australia government devices 2023. In April 2023, Australia joined its allies in banning TikTok from federal government devices. Officials warned that data collected by the app could be accessed under Chinese law. These restrictions may not have silenced TikTok entirely, but they highlight a growing caution. For many nations, the compromise has been clear: allow TikTok for the public, but keep it out of the hands of officials, institutions, and sensitive networks. A middle ground between popularity and protection. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. See you in the next video.